Hi listeners, welcome to the video lecture series on power electronics. It is a continuation of the previous buck converter video. We have to derive 4 more expressions related to its design. Let us go into the lecture. In the previous video, we have calculated average and RMS value of the diode current as its Lorentz derivation. And now let us go into the derivation of calculating the capacitor ripple, that is delta Vc, as the 11th derivation part. So as a part of 11th derivation, I am trying to calculate delta Vc, that is the ripple across the capacitor voltage, or I can also call it as delta V0, that is the ripple at the load side, load voltage. Both are same because both are in parallel. So in order to calculate the ripple across the capacitor voltage, let me try to apply the Kirchhoff current law at this node. So when I try to apply the Kirchhoff current law at this node, I can write this expression IC is equal to IL minus I0. So IC is equal to IL minus I0. This IC is needed in order to calculate this delta Vc or delta V0. So IL is already we have drawn here. This blue line is the instantaneous value of IL. And this I0 is this green line. This green line is I0. So if I subtract this green line from this blue line, I will get IC. So when I do that, I will get this waveform which I have sketched here. So this waveform is the waveform which will be flowing as a current into the capacitor C. So this waveform is very much essential. If you look at this peak value of this waveform, when I try to subtract, this point becomes 0 because both are delta IL by 2. So this peak point becomes delta IL by 2, this peak point. And this is completely by 2. So this is totally time period is T. So if I look at this part of the time period will be T by 2. So this is the very important in order to calculate the voltage across the ripple voltage across the load or ripple voltage across the capacitor. We know that in the case of capacitor, Q is equal to C into V. So if I want to calculate delta V, then I want to make this as delta Q, which is equal to C into delta V. That is change in voltage with respect to energy charge. So if I try to find out the expression for delta V, which is equal to delta Q divided by C. What is this delta Q? This is the amount of energy stored in the capacitor. That is the charged energy which is stored in the capacitor, which can be calculated only when the current is positive. This is the current which is flowing through the capacitor. Capacitor will charge only when the current is positive. So I am interested in calculating the area of this shaded portion only because only during this point of time the current is positive. So this is a triangle. If I try to calculate the area of this triangle is given by, this is what we call it as delta Q, which is given by the triangle area, which is half into B into height. That is breadth into height. So if I try to simplify this, half into breadth is, if I look at, it is T by 2, and height, if you look at, it is delta IL by 2, So when I try to calculate my delta Q becomes delta IL by 8 into T. This T I can write it as 1 by F because time period is inversely proportional to its frequency. So delta Q I can write it as delta IL by 8F. So this is delta Q. So if I try to substitute this delta Q in this expression here, then I will get delta V is equals to delta Q is delta IL by 8F into 1 by C. So this becomes C. So this is the expression for the ripple voltage across the capacitor or across the load. So this is the ripple voltage across the capacitor. So I call it as delta Vc. This expression can be further be simplified. We know the expression for delta IL, which is already calculated in this 7th expression, which is given by D into Vs into 1 minus d divided by FL. So if I try to substitute this delta IL expression 7, then I will get delta VC is equal to d into 1 minus d into Vs, d into 1 minus d into Vs by FL into 1 by 8 FC. So this delta IL I substituted instead of this delta IL I substituted expression 7. So if I try to simplify this expression, I will get delta VC is equal to d into 1 minus d into Vs whole divided by 8 F square LC. So this is the next important expression, which is expression number 15 of this derivation. So we have calculated this ripple in capacitor voltage, that is delta Vc. Now let us try to calculate what is the maximum value of D at which this capacitor ripple will be maximum. So this is the 12th derivation of this buck converter. So let us go for the 12th derivation, which is how to find out maximum value of D at which the ripple is maximum. For which let me rewrite the expression which we have derived in the previous slide, that is delta Vc again here. In order to find out at what value of D this dVc is maximum, I want to differentiate this delta Vc with respect to D and equate it to 0. This is the general common mathematical procedure that we do for any maximization of an expression. In order to do that, let me substitute instead of this delta Vc, this delta Vc. So I will get an expression which is something like this. So just by substituting this delta Vc in this part, I get this expression. If you look at, I want to differentiate this expression with respect to D. If you look at the denominator, it is independent of D. So I can rewrite this expression as d by dd of 1 minus d into d into Vs should be equal to 0. So this is also d, the same expression. I am only neglecting the denominator because it is independent of d. So when I try to differentiate this, let me simplify this inner side of the expression. I will get, when I multiply this inside, d into Vs minus d square into Vs will be equal to 0. So d by dd of Vs is Vs minus d by dd of d square is 2d into Vs is equal to 0. So if I find out the expression for d becomes 0.5. So this is the value of d at which my delta Vc is maximum. So this is another important expression which has to be considered for many problems. So this is expression number 16. So 16th expression, let me write it here. D is equals to 0.5. The next part of the derivation is to find out critical value of inductance and critical value of capacitance. Let us go and see what is the meaning of this critical value of inductance and capacitance first, and then we'll derive its expressions. Let us understand what is the meaning of this critical value of inductance and the critical value of capacitance. Let us assume that the inductance used in this design is 5 millihenries. For 5 millihenries, the current through it is what I have drawn here. If it is reduced, for example, if it is reduced to 2 millihenries, then it will start somewhere here and it will go like this, again come like this, again it will go back. So this is how the current will flow when the inductance is reduced. So our assumption is this is blue line is for 5 millihenries and this green line is for 2 millihenries. Further, I reduce the inductance value to 1 millihenry. Now what will happen? The current will start here, it will reach to minimum, and again it will go back like this. So the current at some point is become 0. So this minimum value of current, when it is becoming 0 for some value of inductance, that inductance is what we call it as critical inductance. So the primary condition for an inductance to be critical is this IL minimum should be equal to 0. So this is what we call it as critical inductance means. Or I can say that for a particular value of inductance, if IL minimum is becoming 0, then that inductance is what we call it as critical inductance. Already we have calculated the inductance minimum value, expression number 9. If you look at inductance minimum value, which is given by I0 minus delta IL by 2. So this is the inductance minimum value. So this is the derivation number 13. So if I try to equate this expression to 0, I will get I0 is equal to delta IL by 2. Delta IL by 2. We know the expression for delta IL already we have derived from expression 7. So this can be rewritten as d into ds, d into ds into 1 minus d whole divided by fl. fl into 1 by 2. So this becomes 2. So I0 is equal to d into vs into 1 minus d divided by 2 fl. And let us assume that the load used is a resistive load of R ohms in nature. So if the current I0 is flowing through it and V0 is the voltage across it, then I0 can be written as V0 by R. So this can be written as V0 by R for R load is concerned. So what I do here, I put IL minimum is equals to 0 and this IL minimum is substituted by expression number 9 to get this expression, and from this expression I get delta IL. This delta IL is replaced with expression 7, and assuming that it is a resistive load, I get V0 by R. I0 is equals to V0 by R, and if I look at V0, V0 is D into Vs. Now instead of this V0, I substitute expression number 5. So if I do that, my equation will be something like this: D into Vs by R, which is equal to D into Vs into 1 minus D whole divided by 2 times F into the value of inductance is now called as critical inductance. So I put LC. So from this, if I try to calculate the expression for LC, I will get R into 1 minus D whole divided by 2F. So this is the critical value of inductance at which the current becomes minimum. That is the minimum current becomes 0. Now this is expression number 17 of the derivation. Now the last part of the derivation is to calculate the critical capacitance. To calculate the critical capacitance, how we have used delta IL minimum, now we are going to use VC minimum is equal to 0. So VC minimum, I want to put delta VC minimum is equal to 0. So in order to put delta VC minimum is equals to 0, I want to put VC minus delta VC by 2 as minimum. Very similar to that of expression 9, but instead of I0, I am putting V0, that is the output voltage, minus delta VL, IL instead of VL, IL I am putting VC, just using the same expression, but instead of current, I am putting voltage. That's all. So this becomes delta VC by 2. If I equate this, then I will get V0 is equals to delta VC by 2. V0 is equals to delta VC by 2. Delta VC already we have calculated from expression 15. So instead of this, I am using my expression 15. So once I put this expression 15 instead of this, I will get V0 is equals to, I will get this expression. So this C is what we call it as critical capacitance. So I put C subscript C here. This is delta VC, and this everything has to be multiplied with 1 by 2 because there is a 2 here. So I put 1 by 2. Now instead of this V0, I can substitute expression 5. So this can be replaced with expression 5. So I will get D into Vs is equal to this entire expression. Now this dVs will get cancelled out, and finally this will get cancelled out, and this will be left out with 1, and if we make simplification of this expression, I will get Cc, that is the critical capacitance, is equal to 1 minus D whole divided by 16 F square L. 16 F square L, its critical value. Lc means the critical value of the capacitance, which is the expression 17. So this Lc can be replaced with expression 17 and I can get the expression for the critical capacitance, another expression for critical capacitance as 1 by 8F into R. So if R is alone given, then I can calculate the critical capacitance, or if the duty cycle alone with given, I can calculate the critical capacitance if the critical inductance is known. So these two expressions, that is this expression Cc and this expression, another expression for critical capacitance, are also important expressions. That is, this is expression number 18 and this is expression number 19. So these 19 expressions are very, very important in order to design the buck converter properly in a practical way. To summarize the buck converter, of these 19 expressions, these 11 expressions are taken as an important expressions, and you need to remember these expressions, and for problem solving we require all these 11 expressions at some point of time. And this is what all about buck converter is. Thank you for your patient listening, and in the next class or in the next video we will go for boost converter in its operation. Thank you.